Kristin and I have a get ready with me for you guys today. I'm filming this on the 4th of July, and I asked on Instagram and Snapchat which look you wanted to see, because I've had two kind of highly requested looks lately. One of them was the one where I used the Stila Karma Kitten, the glittery shadow, with the Master by Mario palette, and then one was using the Viseart Amethyst palette. And at the point at which I filmed, it was 47 votes for the Stila and 49 votes for the Viseart. It's good. I don't know why. I think I said Viseart for so many years that it's really hard to, but it's correctly, from what I understand, is Viseart. Anyway, so it was only 2 votes different, but I went with the majority. But because there were so many people also interested in the Stila, and we'll see kind of as the day goes as well, that I will do that one for you guys here probably in the next month or so. Just for those of you that were interested in that, you can hopefully look forward to that. So let's go ahead and get started with this look. Before I cut to the demo, I'm going to give you swatches of the shades that I use. So if you want to see if there's something in your collection that you can find to work with this, you certainly could do that. So of the shades, I used 4. I used all but these 2. I didn't use this one or this one. So I'm going to give you swatches of those 4. So there are the swatches on my fingers. What I've got going on. So I normally like to try to find some drugstore dupes for you guys. I looked through my collection, and from what I have left in my collection, I couldn't really find anything that was exactly, or even close enough to these. So if any of you guys have some ideas, please go ahead and leave them in the comments, so people can look through and kind of see. If I see a comment that looks really like it could be what I got going on right here, I'll pin it to the top so that the rest of you guys can check out. So if you want to see how I got this look, then go ahead and keep watching. I'm currently using up the Sally Girl little thing in beige here. I already have my, I have to think which primer I use, the MAC Eye Base on, and I also have MAC Painterly Paint Pot over that. And this is just, I think this is an old MAC 224 brush. And then I just do this with, I just like to give myself an even, easy blendable workspace, so to speak. Does that make sense? All right, I'm going to take my Wayne Goss, gonna be one of those days. Wayne Goss number 3 brush. I'm gonna go into this center shade right here. You can use any crease brush. This is just the one that I'm using now. I'm trying to work on a video where I can talk about the difference between the white Goss brushes and these ones. And I'm going to lay that down where it makes sense for me to normally do it, and then I like to raise it up just a little bit here. Today actually is the 4th of July. We had all of our events and parties earlier in the week, well, or last weekend, I guess. We had a really fun party last night with over at our friends. And so today Bob is off running some errands, and I'm hoping to film at least 3 videos. We'll see. I have a busy couple of weeks coming up, so that's what's happening. So same thing over here, I laid it down where it makes sense. And what I mean by that is when you put the crease brush in your crease, where it makes sense for me to do it, or where it feels the most right, is, sort of deep in that crease right here. So I do that first, and then I'm lifting it up just this much, just to bring it up a little way. All right, so now I'm going to use a MAC 239 brush, and I'm going into this beautiful shade right here, all over my eyelid here. I usually pat first and then kind of stick the tip up in the crease there, and so just blend it a little bit. You can see I do get a little bit of fallout with these shades, not much at all, and I'm just going to brush that away with I like to take care of it right away, so I don't forget about it and stick my hand on it by accident and smudge my other eyeshadows. I'm going to pause for a little drink here. Just some water. Today it's beautiful. I don't know what, I'm going to guess it's mid-70s, but I can have my, as you can hear, window open. All right, now I'm going to take a Goss 18 brush. You could use a MAC 2 or a MAC 217, any sort of that shape brush. I'm going to go into this shade right here. This is not a difficult look by any means, but this is the look that has become sort of my go-to look. Tap that off a little bit, and then I'm going with my stamp sort of method. So I stamp and I'm pulling it just down in a little bit, and then we're going to bring that into the crease. You can see how easily, I'm telling you, maybe I've said it in the beginning, I don't know. But there's something about the combination of the Viseart shadows and the Goss brushes that is just magic for me. Do you see how I'm hardly having to do any work to blend this at all? And there's still, you can see the differentiation between all of the shades. They don't get muddy on me. Just gorgeous. Like, I'm basically done already. Basically. But you know, same thing over here. On this eye, this is kind of my crazy eye. That's what I always call it. I'm just going to lift that up a little bit. It's another thing though about these brushes. When I do that Goss review, I'll talk about that, but I feel like these are the best brushes I've ever used for, you know, kind of a hooded eye. Again, stamp. Turn, stamp, and then blend. When I use other brushes, I get these kind of like crinkles here where there's a white space and no color, and I just don't get that when I use the Goss brushes. Giving away my whole review right now. Just want to deepen it up a little bit, so I'm going to go back in there. I would rather deepen things up than try to lighten things up. You know what I'm saying? That same transition color, and make sure this edge is really blended. Kind of go over that dark shade. I got a little out of control on this eye versus this eye, so I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Brulee, the shade right here. And then this is a old Sigma brush, like a MAC 217. And I'm just going to go, I've shown this a million times before. Just use that kind of like a little eraser, clean up that edge. That edge is pretty clean. Oh goodness. Can't even see what the is anymore. It was kind of like their fluffier. It was one of my favorites. I feel like it was like the 17 or something like that. And I'm going to go into this shade right here and just go under my brow. I just feel like that finishes it off a little bit. So hopefully you can see a difference between that eye and that eye. As I always say, in theory. And I'm also going to bring it down in here. Just a little bit, just with what's left. I just like to blend that edge. They are, there's like church bells that play close to here, and they're playing How Beautiful for Spacious Skies. What's the actual name of that? It escapes me at the moment. I think it's just called America. I'm not sure if you guys will be able to hear that or not, but anyway. All right. So I'm going to grab any pencil brush. I just have this one I've been using a lot lately. I'm going to use that same lid shade. I'm going to go beneath my lower lash line here. I'm just kind of putting the tip of the brush in there and running along my lower lash line. Wipe that brush off on the towel in my lap. Going back into the deeper shade, tap that off and bring that down here on the outer sort of 2/3. Just really blend that into the other, so it's just kind of an ombre effect. Seriously. I've let my hair air dry too long now. It ought to be interesting to see what I can get it to look like. I'm gonna have to break out the flat iron. It gets all curly when I do that. Alright, so you certainly could line both your upper and lower. Lately I've just been doing my upper waterline, or you could do your upper lash line, I mean, and your upper waterline. Lately I've just been doing, like I said, my upper lash line. So I'm using the Julep Gel Eye Glider in Blackest Black. This is okay. It doesn't last as long as some others I have used, but you guys know I'm trying to work through my black liners. I'm going to line the lower lash, or the lower waterline as well. And you guys certainly would not have to do this, you know, if you're trying to recreate this look. Not necessary. It just adds a little more drama since I'm filming some other videos. I like how it looks on camera, for sure. I'm just gonna take this brush again. I like to sort of help that edge not be so dark. So I'm just kind of going into both of those shadows I used underneath here and going up on that edge. I just feel like it just makes the line between your waterline and your lower lash line not quite so stark. Wipe away. This way you do get fallout. Wow, Kristin. I don't feel like it's too much. It's like you're able to wipe it away without it leaving, you know, anything behind, which I like. I don't get a ton of fallout with the Viseart, just a little bit. All right, so that is pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and put on some mascara, do my hair, and then I'll come back and tell you what's on the rest of my face. But by the way, I am playing kind of with camera placement and lighting and that sort of thing just a little bit in the next few videos, so we'll kind of see how this goes. But, okay, so I will tell you what is on the rest of my face, and then I will give you a zoom in. Okay, so for foundation, I am using the Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream in shade number 21. For some extra added concealer, I have the Tarte, nope, not Shape Tape. This is the Tarte, like, Creaseless Maracuja. It's all worn off. I've had it so long. I've been trying to use this up forever. On my face blemishes, though, not under my eye. I have the MAC Pro Longwear underneath my eye. For just to set some things, I have the Biotary Hyaluronic, you know what I mean? The powder I love underneath my eyes, and just to kind of set things here and there. For bronzer today, I'm using the Boots number 7 bronzer in the shade Caramel, take your pick. I'm not really sure which of the two shades of these I like better, so I'm kind of playing with it right now. For blush, and this was a little bit darker than I wanted, but I've been using this blush a lot lately. I should have used just a tad lighter of a pink, but it's okay. This is the one from Boots number 7 and Damson Mist. It's really, really pretty, but it's almost a little too pink for Rose Diamonds from Dior, sadly discontinued. For mascara, I have the Giorgio Armani Black Ecstasy. This is probably one of my last uses with this. I'm going to stick it in my empties. So it might look just a little bit clumpy as I zoom in, because it's definitely dried out. And then on my lips, I used MAC Boldly Bare, just because it happened to be the liner I had right there. And then I used MAC Cream Cup, which is one of my favorites to pair with purples. Whether they're more like a true purple or like this kind of purple, I really like this shade with purple. So I think that's everything. So let me zoom you in. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this, and as I said in the beginning, I will go ahead and do that Stila Kitten Karma one here at some point in the next probably month or so, so that those of you that really wanted that could see that as well. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and in everything that you do, be beautiful. Bye!